You're here. You made it. I'm so excited to see you. Girl Go Be Great International Success Conference. And you're in for an amazing treat. I am so excited because I'm celebrating today and you are my special guest. I'm celebrating the rise of the woman entrepreneur. And this is a huge celebration because it is the rising of women taking power and standing in a new position of power. And I'm so excited to invite you in to be a part of this celebration. You know, we do so many things and we hold so many roles as women, but one of the things we don't do is we don't take enough time to really feel and fuel our dreams, our passions, and our desires. And we do this somewhat on autopilot. We're working, we're doing things for everyone else, but at night, before we go to bed, or when we have some free time, we're thinking about that idea, that dream, something that can impact the lives of many, something that can change the world. But isn't it time that you really started dreaming again? Isn't it time you really live the American dream, which is the rise of entrepreneurship for you, woman? I want to invite you to this celebration because it is your time to shine. It is your time to come forward and show us what it is that you have inside of you to be the woman of power that you know that you are destined to be. You know, I want to share just a story about how this all came about in this celebration. As a woman and as a mother who worked pretty much all her life, I started to see some things in corporate America that actually almost made me sick. I remember times where I needed to have a tooth pulled and I couldn't get the days off that I needed, and I think I was more sick of not being able to get the time off than actually having my tooth removed. I can remember times sitting at my desk and saying, I just feel like I'm in chains. I'm attached to this phone, I'm attached to this time clock, but my life is not going anywhere. It's so much more that I have in me. It's so much more that I can do. It's so much more living I want to do. And I know that this is just not the end. And I know many of you feel the same way. You have things that you have been meaning to do and you've been putting them off. You've been putting them on the back burner. Maybe someday I can do this. And I want to share with you some concepts to invite you into this celebration, into a special space that is designed just for you. This is a special season right now for the rise of women. And we have such a rich history of rising. And now this celebration, I'm inviting you in to be a part of power, to be a part of a manifestation so that you can make true life-changing decisions. We're talking about power in a new dimension. And the way that you do that is by ownership, owning the land. Isn't that really the real American dream? So I want to talk to you about what is stopping you from coming out. And I know that feeling because I've been right where you are. The desire that's inside of you, it keeps growing and growing and growing, but it doesn't have a place to release. And what happens is we get angry, we get frustrated, we get afraid, and we just keep going. But we know that one day something has to happen for that combustion. And sometimes you have to cross paths and share a space with someone that says, I see that you are good, but I want to help you get to great because I see that that's in you. You need a partner that can help you rise up, lift, power, exude, stand in that power. And it's such a strong and amazing space. And I invite you into that. And what that feeling in that space is freedom. The freedom that you've always wanted, but you never had anyone to talk to about it. The desire to do something different, but nobody thinks that you can do it. That's why you're here. That's why you're my special guest today. because I want to invite you into this celebration where all we want to do is celebrate you. We want to celebrate the ideas that you have. We want to celebrate the power that is within you. We want to help lift that power up so that you can be the best that you can absolutely be. It starts with a desire. A lot of us are tired, but we're not tired enough. And I want to invite you in to take your hand and walk you through. Once we have that desire, we build and we manifest on that desire. The next step is taking action. And it sounds easier said than done, but every day is a day for you to work and move closer and closer to your dream. You know, Les Brown said he spent 14 years in his head. I spent about 7 years in my head, wandering around in my head about whether I should get started or not, whether this is the right move for me, what would life look like on the other side. And I want to invite you in because the air is beautiful up here. The air is beautiful up here. It's something that you've never experienced before. And once you get here, there's no turning back. And I want to invite you to be sold out. I want to invite you into soulful success. Whatever that definition of success looks like for you, I want to be here to help you celebrate that. You know, I think about all the years and the time that I wasted being afraid. And I've experienced a new level of fear that I have to conquer. But you have to do it afraid. And I hear that so many times. And now is my time to step out because it's something that I really want. And sometimes you have to fight. But guess what? The closer you get, here's something that I learned. That there's power in surrendering. And I've surrendered to the fact that I refuse to live an ordinary life. I've surrendered to the fact that no matter how hard it gets, if I can manage it in corporate America, I can manage it for my own life. If I can work hard for 15 and 20 years in a place and in a business that is not designed for me and that is not designed for me to own, why can't I do that same thing for myself and enjoy doing it and enjoy waking up every day, doing something that I absolutely love, to leave a legacy for my own daughter, to leave a legacy for other women, to join arms and link with other women who are standing up and they are rising to the occasion. So that's what I want to do today. I want to invite you to rise to the occasion and make that step and make that decision. If you are in need of a space, we have a space for you. You're invited. You are celebrated today. So here's what I want to share with you. There's a Chinese proverb that says, when a sleeping woman awakes, she will move mountains. I remember being surrounded by so many mountains, but I just wasn't as powerful at that time. But now I've awakened, and some of you need to be awakened as well. Let me be your partner on that journey. Let me help you wake up to new possibilities every single day, because anything is possible. You're here today. So come in and celebrate with me. I have a special seat just for you. When a sleeping woman awakes, she will move mountains. How many mountains can you move today? Isn't it time you start dreaming again? Isn't it time for you to join into the celebration of the rise of the woman entrepreneur? So as you make this transition, I want to share something with you about the road to entrepreneurship. As we've been discussing, it's not an easy decision. It's not an easy road. And there's going to be some decisions that you have to make. And it's no different than any other life decisions. But when you travel this road, there's quite a bit of decision making. You talk about leadership. This is one component of leadership that's really going to test your ability to be the entrepreneur that I know you can be. When I stepped out on this journey, as I continue to grow and move forward and rise within myself on many different levels, I had to make some tough decisions. Being a mother, worrying about what my family would think. But because I am sold out on this process, because I am sold out on my American dream, I made some hard decisions. had to let my cell phone go. I had to let my cell phone service go. I had to leave my home and move in with my family because I chose to make those decisions because I know that there's a bigger destination. There's something greater at the end. You know, I had a hard time going through feelings of embarrassment, anger, frustration, going into being a victim of why this has to happen. But it's all a part of growth. And I found out something at the end, that those things don't define me. They don't define who I am. They don't demonstrate my strength. You know, I let a lot of things go, but it is in the letting go that you start to experience a different level of freedom. Freedom from the restraints of having to be what everyone wants you to be or what you are expected to be among other women in the industry and different areas. So I know that this is not an easy journey. So I want you to know that up front. When you make that decision, it's not going to be easy. In fact, it's going to be one of the most difficult things you ever do in your life. But I want you to think about your American dream and what is it going to take for you to get there? And you know what they say, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. But this is a journey designed exactly, specifically for you. So I want to share with you the actual transition. We talk about transformation as I am a transformation coach. The defining moment for me was like so many of you. We get up and we do the job and we get it done. And we are doing something that's very honorable. That's what we are trained and raised to do. However, there's going to come a point where a decision has to be made. And when I began to make my transformation, the decision was made for me. Just like many of you, the one thing that we desire with our work and what we do is security. And I get it, I was there. I had an awesome corporate job, I had security, I had all the benefits I needed. We celebrated, we had good things. I have everything to show, awards and different things like that. But the one thing that was missing was the security of something of my own. So my transformation happened a bit rapidly because the corporation made a decision to change gears. And when they changed gears, I happened to be in a place where our services were no longer needed. So we only had two choices. We follow the company where they want us to go, or we step out and we make our own decision. And that's where I knew this is my time to step out on that ledge. And that's what happened. Sometimes things in life can help you make a decision that you know you need to make, something that you know that you need to do. And that's what happened in my case. Now that road and that transformation is not an easy road, but I knew I had to keep going to see what the end would be. And here I am today, standing in front of you to invite you to experience freedom on another level, to invite you to experience success on another level. I never want to have the opportunity for someone to make a decision for me and my livelihood. I want to be in control of what I want to control. I want to be an owner of something just for me, something that came from an idea that sprung from within. I want you to experience that position of power to being able to make a decision that will impact your life and your family and your generation, for generations to come. So I know that transition. I know being in that spot. I know what it takes. And it's going to take determination, and it's going to take guts on a whole new level. You're going to learn so much about yourself, and it's a great experience. Don't you want to come in and breathe a little bit differently? As I mentioned to you earlier, the air is beautiful up here. The air is beautiful up here. So I want to invite you into a space that will allow you to be able to think and breathe and create freely and talk about your ideas among a group of like-minded women that share and support you. We're celebrating you. This is a huge celebration. You've got to be here. So I want to invite you to come in and experience the Soulful Reset Retreat. I'm going to be hosting this retreat in Hilton Head, South Carolina, October 27th through the 30th. I want you to come in and be a part of something magical, and I want you to start dreaming again. Think about the real American dream. Come in and talk to us, be a part of us, experience life on a new level. We've got to start now. You know, our greatest component, our greatest opponent is time. And I know I spent a lot of time battling time. And I'm here to tell you, it's a battle you will not win, because your time is now. You've got to get started now. That's why we're celebrating. We're celebrating the rise of the woman entrepreneur. So I want you to get in touch with me and send me an email if you're interested. I know that this is something that's going to change your life. Send me an email at kim@kimroderick.com. I'll reach out to you. We'll have a conversation just to see where you are at this point in your life. And let's begin the transformation. Let's begin the transformation. I'm waiting for you. This celebration is all about you.